Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Well, time is finally right. We're going to be getting into doing the additions on the side of the shed. This will be part 2 of the video. In part 1, I was setting up the pad. Well, I don't think I did that good a job setting up the pad. I know that this side's high, this side's low. So we're going to start with getting 4 points set for our bases. Now, as far as the design of this shed goes, or the additions, it's all in here. I went through several different iterations of what I was going to do with footers. In fact, I almost got to the point that I even brought some blocks over to do that work. Well, then I went up to the store and priced lumber. At the point I priced lumber, my plans changed drastically. So for the most part, this is the structure and the roof in the back of the truck. I've got 16 2x4x8s, 14 2x4x12s, 7 sheets of plywood, 23, 36, no, 20, thin and ugly, and 4 blocks, and 2 4x4s, because I already had 2 4x4s. So with what I have in the back of the truck, this is $600 worth of materials to do 2 8x12 two-walled rooms, basically. That is astronomical. This will probably be the last time we purchase any lumber for a while. I say probably because in part 3, I think, you'll see what we're going to be trying to do next. Although, if you're viewing the channel more often, you might have caught a video from now or a video ago of something else that was going on. Yeah, we got our sawmill back up and running, so we're probably going to be doing a lot more work with our own lumber versus store-bought. But let me go grab a shovel, because I need to move some gravel around in specific places so that we can get this building set up. Alright, now that I've gone through that entire speech and did the basic setup of this whole thing, I'll go over it again because I didn't hit the record button. So this is a Bosch Professional GRL 240 HV. This is a laser level. You don't need a laser level to do what we're about to do. You can use a 2x4s and string lines with a bubble on it. You can use a bucket of water and some food coloring and a garden hose or clear hose. There's a million different ways to get 4 corners of something level. I just so happen to have this left over from when I was in business, so since I have it, why wouldn't I use it? And if you don't know what it is or how it works, basically this spins and it shoots a laser. You can't see the laser right now. You don't want to see a laser, it's bad for your eyes. But it's constantly putting a laser at a very specific height. I can change the slope on it, so if I want to do a grade, I could do that. I'm not going to though. I can also go narrow beam, and there's a lot of other functions that this can do. It's very handy for putting a level line on a wall inside a house for like shelving or cabinetry. Very handy for that. But I'm going to be using it for making 4 points where we're going to have our blocks at level. Along with this, there's a receiver. Now this receiver, let's see if I can do it here, gets annoying quickly. But that is low, that's high. You can see how sensitive it is. If you're green, you're good, that's level. So I'm going to flip you all over to time lapse as I set up the 4 points that I'm going to have our base on for the shed edition. Alright, the reason I'm doing this is because I don't know what my final height or my final pitch is going to be on my roof. So what I did was I marked this board at 7 feet 6 inches and pulled it back to the building. This board I just have here for supports. Don't worry, this isn't a wall. I'm just trying to figure out if I need to go longer or if I can go wider or if I have to narrow it up when I go to the pitch on the roof. So let me go get a ladder and another 8-footer. I don't know what's going on with the GoPro today, but this is the second time I swear I've hit that button and it was recording, and then when I hit it to stop, it stopped, or it started. Between the GoPro and me today, we're just all over the place. So, anyhow, now that I know you're recording, what I did here was just put up a temporary setup. So, this is going to represent my cross tie. This will basically be the very outside edge of my wall. I'm going to actually extend this out 2 more inches because, well, I got 5.5 inch overhang here. I can get away with less than that. It's just a shed. Alright, I can't find my plumb line, so we have to get creative with it. like any project, when I get started, I end up buying new tools. So the tool that I got this time is a Rip Cut Circular Saw Edge Guide by Craig. The reason I'm getting this is because I'm going to do laminated beams for the cross supports. Guess there's no taking this back now. And with that laminating beam, since I don't have a table saw anymore, I figured shouldn't be using a table saw to rip plywood anyways. So I thought I'd just pick up a tool that should hopefully make it a little bit easier, although now I'm starting to question that. So this is an old piece of plywood that Hunt and I picked up when we picked up the used pallets. So I'm going to cut a couple strips out of this. I might use this for laminating, I might not. We'll see what happens. That should work. It's not the final, but for an initial setup, just using a tape measure over a long distance, I don't think that's too bad. I don't think I'm that far off. In fact, it might just be the distance that I'm off there. Yeah, we might have to come over just a hair. But as you can tell, the sun is setting. This has given me a good start. Oh, and while I'm thinking of it, if you're wondering why I set these beams at this height, when I get the gravel in here to actually make this level, I don't want to hit my head on the cross beams. Sorry, I just don't. So that's why I'm setting it up the way I am. As far as the back beam, why it's setting up like that, you'll have to wait on that one. Something special there. Now we're just going to be using a heavy-duty liquid nail to glue these together. Then we're going to screw and nail it also. Yeah, it's probably overkill, but you know what? Oh well. what I just did there was temporarily post that up so that I could find out how much of a bird's mouth I need. This original line here was the one that I had put in initially. Now this is the one that I just figured out, so we're going to go ahead and cut this one, cut this, and then we're going to do that 6 more times. But I'm going to go grab my miter saw first. Make this very repeatable and very easy. And here on the last one, I had a blowout on the end. So I got to pull that 14 footer off and replace it, which sucks because it's already nailed in there. But is what it is. Let me go ahead and pull that. Put a new one up and we'll just use that as, I don't know, fodder for something.